Okay. Okay. I actually don't know. I don't know this meme. um. Um. Well, I guess like the first thing to say about Kalos is like in GMS like the meta for a lot of parties is to kind of not play the mechanics. Um. By being like overstated. But we're gonna go over them because it is possible to play the fight longer and in solo, like if you want to do a solo run, um, it's good to like kind of know the boss a little better. Um, so phase one, you're introduced to the four systems. There's left, right, top, and bottom. Um, one will randomly turn on every minute, and Kalos has an attack that we call FMA. That happens every 2 minutes and 30 seconds, and that will turn on an additional system. Uh, and these systems they also have a fail mechanic. So if all four systems are activated for one consecutive minute, your party will automatically fail the run and you'll be kicked out. Um, so in P1, the systems are a little weaker than in P2, but you can practice them solo, like just going in, and you can get a sense for them. So the left system, we'll go over like what each system does later, but the way you interact with these systems is you need to turn them off. And so you have a gauge here with this blue bubble. It'll fill up. It fills up every 10 seconds. So there was a recent change where so the cooldown used to be 20 seconds for Enkalos and up, and so the boss was a lot more difficult back then because it was much harder to turn off the systems. So with 10 seconds, you can keep them off, like you can control them much more easily and keep them turned off. So the way you do that is you use your inner key, and it turns on like a little firing mode, and then the indicator will go down and then up and down, and then you want to aim it at these systems, and then press your interact key again when you're ready to fire, and then it'll shoot a little blue bubble thing that will explode. So for the left and right systems, you can see here they have like a color indicator that indicates how many shots you need left. So the number of shots that you need, it scales with the number of people in your party. So the left and right, you need three shots per person. The top and bottom, you need 2 shots per person. So in a full party of 6, you will need 18 shots to turn off left and right, and 12 shots to turn off top and bottom. So if one person is not shooting, everyone else has to kind of shoot more to make up for them. And of course, like you can miss. So you want to practice your aim and like different techniques to have better accuracy. So the blink technique, um, some people like to use blink to like kind of hover near the systems to get a better shot. You can jump into them. Any kind of hover or anything is helpful. I think that the flash jump, like when you flash jump into the left and right systems, if you're inside it, basically you don't even have to time it. You can just press interact key while you're inside it and it'll hit it every time. I think that's the most common that I've seen. Alright, so the left system is the most dangerous one. It fires out these stun lasers that go across the map. So the indicator, you get basically like 1 second warning, and then it does a lot of damage, and it stuns you. So it ticks like repeatedly, and it'll keep stunning you, which is obviously really, really bad. So we want to keep this turned off. Usually it's the highest priority to turn off. The stun, you cannot use Hero's Will while you're stunned, but if you use Hero's Will before, you can negate the stun. Right system shoots out these arrows that fly across the map. If you get hit by them, you get darkness, which is like in Black Mage P2, your vision gets reduced to like a little bubble around you. Heroes Will can remove that if you need. So the arrows, they are shared. They're not instants, so what that means is you can tank them for your party members. So when you're bursting, a lot of parties will have, someone to tank the arrows for them, so everyone else can just ignore them. Top system is the UFO. A lot of people say this one is the most difficult to shoot at. Especially in a large party, the mechanism has a cooldown. So you want to shoot at these beam structures, which will fire down at the UFO. So you cannot shoot the UFO directly. You need to shoot the structures above, and then they'll have a little active hitbox, and when they collide with the UFO, that counts as a shot. A lot of people like to use like up jump and blink, like in the GIF, something like that, or if you have a fly, that makes it easier so that you don't really have to aim. The UFO, it fires out like a beam of death for a few seconds, basically. If you try to cross it, you will usually die. So, this is one of the more dangerous ones during test, I would say. Bottom system is just a ball. It's similar to top, where you have to interact with the structures on the bottom. So you need to shoot at the things at the bottom, and they create a little ball, a little blue ball, and then the red ball needs to hit the blue ball within a couple seconds. And so there are 5 spots to cleanse, and you want to communicate with your teammates so that you're not like all shooting at the same thing, and then a lot of shots will be wasted because you only get one shot at each structure for quite a while. The ball is not too dangerous. It just does a little bit of chip damage. So it's usually like the last priority. Phase 1. So Kalos himself is not too dangerous usually. He just has a couple attacks that you need to watch out for. The slam, and, stun will like knock you back and stun you, and then the eye beams do a lot of damage and are really fast. So usually you just want to stay like above him or below him if you're not bursting, just to be safe. These HP values, by the way, are for Kalos. The difficulties, they change the values kind of sporadically, but these are just here to like kind of just give you a general sense of their threat level. So the FMA is something that happens every 2 minutes and 30 seconds on entry, and then binds will extend this for the duration of the bind. So if you origin bind and then regular bind, it'll happen at 250. So 2 minutes 50 seconds. So in the recent Kalos patch nerfs, one of the things that was nerfed was the FMA. So now there is a warning message. It'll say initiating annihilation protocol above your screen. And then you'll have like several seconds to just kind of know, okay, he's gonna FMA soon. It doesn't seal anymore, so you have a lot of time to react to it. But just be on the watch out to not die to that. And the FMA will also turn on a system. The other attack that you get introduced to is the map bombs. These spawn kind of randomly all over the map, and they do chip damage. They also hit a platform above them, so just do a regular jump. It doesn't really require much timing, but just jump above them and you won't be hit. So Kalos has like a 10-second potion cooldown lock, so just be mindful of your HP. You can get chipped down pretty quickly if you just get hit by like a lot of these. So like individually they're not like that threatening, but just try to be careful. So the strategy for P1 is very similar to Saren. You just kind of burst and then stall for several minutes to as your burst comes up. So P2, so the systems in P1 they do not carry over to P2. So a lot of people just ignore the systems in P1 because once you phase, you'll be back to 0 systems up every time. So the systems, they do get a little bit stronger, and as you clear more segments, they get stronger as well. So like for example, the right system will fire more arrows, the left system might fire more lasers. So it's definitely a fight that kind of ramps up over time as you clear segments. So Kalos's HP is divided into 4 segments, and every time you clear 25%, you are put into a test. And Kalos is invincible during the test. So the way test works is a bubble will appear, like this little yellow shield will appear in one of these 5 locations at random. And then Kalos will perform an attack every 6 seconds that covers the whole map. You need to either iframe, eform, or have Heaven's Door, or be in the bubble. So you want to reach the bubble, and you'll be safe from the FMA. So if you die from anything, whether that be Kalos's FMA attack or any of the systems, or for whatever reason, if you die, the whole test fails. Kalos will heal 5% HP. So it's very similar to like a will test. Each bubble will appear once. So once a bubble appears, you know that the next 4 will not be in that location. So each location will happen once, guaranteed. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, always. Something to note about the attack hitbox is it happens as soon as like Kalos twitches, does a little twitch, and then that's the hitbox, and then it immediately disappears. So it's a very brief hitbox, and so you can leave bubble very quickly. That gives you a little more time to, look for the next bubble. You only get 6 seconds, which is a good amount of time, but some classes with less mobility, they can have a hard time, kind of covering the distance reliably. Right, bottom. And so remember, like if you have any systems that haven't been turned off, they'll be firing during this time, and that'll make it more difficult to get to the bubble safely. So like if the arrows are firing and you're blinded and you can't see, you really want your team to be telling you where it is, right? And if the left system is on, have your heroes will ready. You don't want to be stunned during test, and then you're just not going to be able to reach the bubble in time. Your reward for passing the test is Kalos will appear, and he'll have 15 seconds of groggy. It's like sea slime. He'll just sit there for you to attack. So the 35-second BA kind of comes from this. It's 15 seconds of groggy plus 10 seconds origin bind, 10 seconds regular bind. And that's kind of what makes it a burst-oriented boss. So Kalos's attacks, he basically has like upgraded versions from P1. Has a double slam and eye beams that leave behind like a fire zone. Just try not to be on the same platform as him. The eye beams especially have a massive hitbox. They can hit you from off screen, and if you have like any chip damage, that's a death, right? So so his other really dangerous attacks are breath and dive. So they're both one shots, and they actually do multiple hits of one shot. So they will kill you straight through Heaven's Door. Like Gale Barrier, you will still die. So breath, the hitbox, it goes like from across the whole screen, and it also so it covers a full platform and then also slightly above the platform. So these attacks like can come from anywhere. So you need to kind of keep track of Kalos, have an eye on him, and call out for your party, breath or dive, so that they know it's coming. And you want to know where Kalos is. So like if you know Kalos is in the middle and someone calls out breath, okay, you know, okay, bottom, I want to go to the bottom, and that'll be safe. So dive, the hitbox, it goes one full platform. I believe it does not go above that. The way dive works is he will target any random player on the map and dive to their location. So when you hear a dive call out, basically you want to move to a spot where you want to move away from your current location, and you want to move away from all of your party members' locations. So you kind of want to keep track of where your party members are as well during this fight. So you kind of want to familiarize yourself with these animations for sure, so that you can call them out really quickly for your party. Another thing about dive is you can kind of see where it happens, by watching the debuff indicators. That'll tell you, okay, he's gonna, like, the debuff indicators will show up before he does, so you can kind of watch for those as a way to tell where he's gonna dive. Let's see. The FMA, it's similar to P1. 2-minute 30 cooldown. The cooldown does not tick while you're in test, but the FMA itself is much larger. The hitbox, it goes up like 2 full platforms, and the horizontal hitbox is bigger too. But you'll still have the warning message, so just be on the lookout for that. So as you clear segments, he also will have more like map hazards that spawn as well. So the fight gets more and more chaotic as you clear more segments. So the shoulder wings, these are just more bombs that spawn. They don't hit the platform above, so their hitbox is a little smaller, but basically they're just map bombs again. And then 2-3, another variation of map bombs that spawn. These ones inflict weakness, where you can't jump. That's the status effect where you can't jump. So definitely avoid those. And then Kalos' servant are these little box things that spawn. Basically, they're like bombs. Like when you go near them, they'll like flash and then they'll explode. An interesting thing about them is they are the only attack that will hurt you while you are in the test bubble. So if you're in test, just be aware of them and don't die to them. 2-4, the arm guard, you get curses every minute, and these increase the damage that you take from everything. Um, and if you get 3 curses, you die instantly. So you want to go to this little altar thing and cleanse it, like in Damien. Um, all right, so definitely the meta right now for Kalos is the burst BA, 35 seconds. So 222 and 33 um, are basically for are basically like a method to not really have to play the boss very much because you just kind of burst straight through him. Um, so 222, you'll have two people bursting each segment. So 2-1, 2 people burst, 2-2, 2 people burst, 2-3, 2 people burst, and then 2-4, everyone just burst, and then no systems even turn on with this method, assuming no one fails the test. And to do this, you have to be really overstated. So if you're pushing like content and like pushing like see Kalos, or like you want to start them earlier, um, this is not going to be possible. So it just kind of depends on what difficulty you want to do. 3-3 is like pretty similar to 2-2-2. It's 3 people each segment, and then you wait kind of a little bit um, on 2-3, or sorry, on 2-2. You wait like a minute for everyone's burst to come up, and then you just do it again. And then so for that one, you just have to turn off like one system. So um, yeah, focus on shooting left. A lot of times people don't even turn off a system for 3-3 if it's not the left system, because you can just pass the test anyway. Um, yeah, I think that's everything for the boss itself. Um, the rewards, power crystal, soul shards, ring box, and then you get these fragments that will become eternals. So for Easy Kalos, you need 20 weeks of Easy Kalos to get one eternal. Normal Kalos is 10 weeks. C Kalos is 5 weeks. And then you also have a chance of getting a grindstone, which gives you a 10% chance to upgrade your Oz rings to level 5. Um, the residual fragments are instant, so they're guaranteed every week for everyone. Um, I think that's everything. Okay.
No, no doggy today. I'm here to watch.
I will watch.
Uh, I think we can. Um, I can origin. Um, okay.
It's off.
Mhm. for sure. Left, top left, right. Yeah, so I'm kind of showing how early you can leave bottom.
When you see like the purple smoke.
Yeah, so you can leave before the purple covers your screen. So like, yeah. 5
Leave.
is top left. Top is left. Press. 5 dive. Sorry, TP. TP mid. 5. He's mid. Left is up, breath. Okay, I turned off top just to. 5 dive.
5.
Left is off. Oh, he's gonna FMA. I think he's gonna FMA like right after he gets out of playing. There it is. Bottom. Left. Right. Top left. Bursting.
He ate my axe with that dive. So sad.
Left. Right.
Bottom. Top left.
Left.
It's got to be top right.
Last one is top right. Five. Left. Always bottom
Bottom
left.
left.
Five. Left.
Oh,
Deep it down.
yeah. Thank you.